Alright. Yesterday was really short. I don't like that. Yesterday was really short. Can't forget working on pronunciation and enunciation and inflection and all that. But yeah, yesterday was kind of short. I didn't really feel like recording. It, well, let me rephrase that. I didn't feel like uploading. I just kind of wanted a day to just let things pass. I'm going to start going back and watching today, the starting from the beginning. I'm gonna do that after I upload so that it doesn't affect my coming, uh, my upcoming uploads. I don't know. Oof. Anywho, this one's a little different. I've noticed a pattern. It's all kind of been about change and growth and things you want. But today's more about other people and relationships and understanding. Empathy, I guess. But more than empathy, a different level of maturity. Like when you argue with someone and it takes a minute for you to realize their point of view because you're stuck in your own head. I do that sometimes, not as much as I used to. Now I try to understand other people's points before I can, retort. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I'm stuck in my own head. I am kind of stubborn a little bit, but I do feel like I'm open to hearing people, especially if I can feel you're passionate about something. Now, if I don't feel any emotion behind what you're saying, I'm not really looking to be swayed. But once I can understand you and I understand your true feelings about something, or what I perceive to be your true feelings about something, then it makes it easier for me to have a discussion with the intent of coming to a reasonable conclusion. Uh, I'm gonna have to start doing these a little bit later. I mean, I kind of just got up really, so my voice feels a little shaky, but it's fine. Anyway, yeah, understanding other people. I feel like, and this is gonna go a little bit left, but I feel like loving someone isn't necessarily an emotional thing. I think it's more understanding. Like if you love someone, you have a decent idea of their intention and the way they operate. I think love is more of a mental bond than an emotional one. Because if I love you and understand you, I wouldn't do things to put you in a position to act outside of yourself. Love to me is wanting comfort for the people that you interact with. Love for me is being considerate of others. Love for me is just general understanding of that is another person with their own goals, desires, actions, behaviors, thought process that needs to be respected and acknowledged and considered when you act in a way that might affect them. For example, if I'm going to use a personal example, I am very nonchalant about a lot of things, right? I tend not to get excited too much for personal milestones and things like that. So, perfect example, I graduated high school in a few years ago. It wasn't that exciting for me. I had people trying to throw me parties and give me gifts and just make a big event out of it, and it wasn't a major milestone. I understand that it was, but it didn't invoke any real emotion in me. I didn't have a very strong emotional response to the achievement I had just attained. So, there were people who felt like I was being rude for not returning the same energy they had for my success. Because I wasn't as excited as they were for me, that I was somehow insulting them. And that situations like that have happened to me a lot growing up, where my reaction hasn't been adequate enough for people and their expectations. But I feel like the people who loved me understood that that just wasn't in my behavior. That my responses weren't negative, they were just my responses. So it's being emotionally aware enough to understand that other people's essence, what makes them them, isn't always an affront to you. You know, as long as no one's going out of their way to harm you, I feel like that's love. And I'm not saying that in the bare minimum. I'm not saying me avoiding you is saying that I love you. No, I'm saying that if I know you're a person who needs space and I understand that you need your space and I actively do what I can to make sure that you have your space, that's an act of love. That's an act of kindness, consideration. I use synonyms a lot when I speak. But yeah, it can be little things. If I know you love strawberry ice cream, I'm not gonna bring chocolate. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't bring you chocolate ice cream and then be disappointed when you aren't happy with it. If I know and I understand that your favorite is strawberry, I'd rather not bring you any, honestly. And that might be a little bit on the other side of extreme, but I'd rather. Love is not wanting to disappoint. And I feel like we tell children and young adults that that their love isn't real. And I kind of understand that to a degree now because I feel like what in order to reach love, you have to have attained a certain level of maturity in order to understand the actions that are required for you to say you love someone. It's just my opinion on it. How deep is this? 7. Perfect timing. So I'm going to try to read this out in the next minute. I wrote, for us to remain interactive as exes, we must realize that one is not responsible for the other's fulfillment, and that my validation is no longer yours to seek. That's maturity. Go deeper in love on another one. Bye.